Shintoism. Shinto, which means the way of the gods. It is the indigenous faith of the Japanese people, and the religion is as old as Japan itself. It remains Japan's major religion along with Buddhism. Shinto does not have founder, nor does it have sacred scriptures like Bible. Preaching is not common either, because Shinto is deeply rooted in the Japanese people and traditions. Kami are Shinto gods. They are Holy Spirit which take the form of things and concepts important to life, such as wind, rain, mountains, trees, rivers, and fertility. Human beings become kami after death and revered by their families as ancestral kami. The kami of extraordinary people are also displayed at some shrines. The sun goddess Amaterasu is considered Shinto's most important kami. Unlike monotheistic religions, there is no absolute right or wrong, and nobody is perfect. Shinto is an optimistic faith where humans are thought to be fundamentally good and evil is believed to be caused by evil spirit. Consequently, the purpose of the most Shinto rituals is to keep away evil spirit by prayers, purification, and offering to the kami. Shinto shrines are the place of worship and homes of kami. Most shrines celebrate Matsuri, which means festival. It is celebrated regularly to show the kami the outside world. Shinto priests perform Shinto rituals and often live on the shrine grounds. Men and women are allowed to be priests and marry, and have children. Priests are assisted by younger women called as Miko. During rituals and shrine tasks, Miko wears white kimono, who are unmarried and commonly priest daughters. Important features of Shinto art are shrine architecture and the presentation of ancient art form like no theater, calligraphy, and court music, or the gagaku. It is a dance music that originated in the courts of Tang China. The introduction of Buddhism in the 6th century was followed by a few initial conflicts. However, the two religions were lately able to coexist and have even complement each others by considering kami to be manifestation of Buddha. During Meiji period, Shinto was made Japan's state religion, where Shinto priests become state official. Important shrines receive governmental funding. Japan's creation of myths were used to foster a national identity with the emperors at its center, and efforts were made to divide and emancipate Shinto from Buddhism. After World War II, Shinto and the state were separated. People seek support from Shinto by praying at a home altar or by shrines visit. A whole range of talismans are available at shrines for traffic safety, business success, childbirth, good exam result, and more. Many wedding ceremonies are held in Shinto style. However, that is considered a source of impurity and is left to Buddhism to deal with. Consequently, there are virtually no Shinto cemeteries, and most funerals are held in Buddhism style.
Good day everyone, I am Tricia Mae Salangsang from Group 1, and today I will discuss to you the doctrines and beliefs of Shintoism. Shinto has no founder, no official sacred scriptures, and no fixed dogmas. Shintoists believe in the mysterious creating and harmonizing power of kami in the truthful way or will of kami. The Shinto religion don't believe in a heaven or underworld. They believe that the supernatural shows itself in the beauty of the natural, and they value it more than any philosophical doctrine. They also believe that the whole world is a brotherhood. And lastly, they believe that there is no evil in the world at all. Here is an example of Shinto tradition.
Dressed in traditional white clothing, the men and women jogged around a shrine and chanted before lowering themselves into the freezing cold water. This purification ritual is a central tenet of Shinto, a Japanese religion that is as old as the country itself.
I will discuss to you the sacred writings of Shintoism. The holy books of Shinto are the Kojiki, or the records of ancient matters, and the Nihongi, or chronicles of Japan. These books are compilation of ancient myths and traditional teachings that had previously been passed down orally. The Kojiki was dictated by Heidan no, or to describe Ono Yasumaro on the orders of Emperor Tenmu. The dates are very significant since the 8th century when they were compiled. Japanese religious life had received considerable input from Buddhism and Confucianism, both of which colored the content of this book. Some of the myths have a very political purposes. They are intended to establish the primacy of Japan and the Japanese over all other countries and peoples in a narrow sense, to give divine authority to the ruling classes of Japan, and to some extent to establish the political supremacy of the Yamato clan over the Izumo clan.
Shinto, also known as Kaminamichi, is a religion which originated in Japan, classified as an East Asian religion by scholars of religion. Its practitioners often regard it as Japan's indigenous religion and as a nature religion. It is a Japanese cult and religion originating in prehistoric times and occupying an important national position for long periods in the history of Japan, particularly in recent time. There are 4 total divisions of Shintoism. First, State Shinto. Second, Sect Shinto. Third, Shrine Shinto. And fourth, Folk Shinto.
I'm Rafael Acuña, reporting about the cultural milieu of Shintoism. Shintoism is Japan's indigenous spirituality. It is believed that every living thing in nature, like trees, rocks, animals, and flowers, contains kami or god. To celebrate birth and marriage, or to pray for a good harvest, the Japanese term is Shintoism. Consequently, Shinto principles can be seen throughout Japanese culture, where nature and the turning of the seasons are cherished.
One of the vital related issues of present Shintoism is that Japan's culture of civil liberty, particularly religious liberty, is still very much in its infancy. This is particularly because the principle of separation between church and state, the usual pattern of Japanese history, has been for government to control religious social factors that contributes our religious ambivalence and downplaying values of transcendent virtue and individual categorized as the following: lack of human rights tradition, social authoritarism, and educational, lastly, question of culture. Hence, religious freedom in Japan is being gradually but steadily eroded by a variety of different political and social forces. Because average citizens are indifferent to this issue, prospects for a reversal of this trend appear bleak. The absence of a cultural atmosphere conducive to religious liberty is stimuli a result and a cause of Japan's underdeveloped civil liberty tradition. Furthermore, there have been few influential religious movements, with the exception of some minority organizations such as Soka, Gakkai, or educational forms efforts promoting the ideal of independent moral judgment as opposed to the dominant tradition of submission to authority. Finally, the judicial independence leading to effectively opposed state encroachment on religious and civil liberties is largely undeveloped in the Japan system.